So phishing is a very, very common technique, and if you actually look at some of the statistics, the vast majority of breaches and hacks into corporations is actually coming from phishing. Some statistics suggest that phishing attacks are responsible for somewhere in the order of 70 to 80% of breaches into organizations. So phishing is a very, very potentially effective way for attackers to get access into a system. And of course, once they're in the system, if they have managed to, for example, steal some credentials or have somebody run a piece of software that gives them remote access into a system, then allows them to get further into the network and into the IT systems that potentially can do a lot of damage. So, because phishing is targeting individuals, and it is typically via email, although phishing can also be done via other means, potentially via social media accounts. Obviously, one of the best ways to start with is to have very, very good cyber security practices that potentially look at identifying and blocking phishing attacks. But typically, that won't stop everything. So one of the most important things that an organization can do is to train its staff, to train the individuals working within the organization on how to potentially identify and then report phishing attacks. And that is typically done by setting up an effective cybersecurity awareness training program. From my perspective, one of the best things that an organization can do is to continue to use simulated phishing attacks on its staff, because if they know that they're being phished by an individual or an organization that is attempting to trick them, then they'll also be more active looking for real phishing attacks. And we found that to be very effective.